Did you know that if you can't get up and down out of a chair without using your hands, you're at a higher risk for falls? Well, don't worry, this is something we can work on, and that's exactly what we're going to do today. Today, I'll guide you through a short yoga routine in which we'll practice getting up and down out of a chair. This will improve your lower body strength, your balance, and increase your body awareness. Start seated in a sturdy chair. Make sure it's not going to slip and slide all over the place. And sit up tall, maybe more near the edge of your chair. Palms down on the lap for now, and feet planted down into the floor, about hip distance apart or so. Take a moment here and just soften the shoulders, breathe in and out your nose. And as you're breathing, notice all three corners of each foot evenly planted into the ground. Slowly hinge forward from the hips, so this hinge right here, shifting all the weight into your feet, really pressing them down into the ground actively, and then come back up. So when you press your feet down, we're going to do that again. Lean forward, make sure you're breathing smoothly, and press your feet down into the floor. Notice all your lower body muscles turn on as you press, and then come back up. Okay, and this may be as far as some of us can go, or maybe you can do a little weight shift, a little hop forward. This is a great place to start to bring awareness to the lower body muscles and start to build strength. Do this a few times, just connecting with your breath. Next time you hinge forward, let's shift all the weight to our feet. Maybe reach the arms out in front of us and start to slowly stand up and straighten the legs. So slowly is the name of the game here. I want you to really take your time and not try to rely on momentum so much, okay? Slowly bend your knees. Sit your hips down and back. Please make sure the chair is there. And then sit down. You can rest your arms, okay? Now notice if you need to use your hands right now, that is fine, okay? We're gonna work up to not using our hands eventually. So start with your hands in your lap, hinge forward, and slowly stand up, maybe reaching your arms out in front of you. When you get to the top, when you straighten your legs, bring a little engagement to your glutes as we reach forward, and then slowly start to sit back and down. Every time you rise, think of rooting through your heels as you stand and shifting the weight back as you sit. Keep your chest lifted, your spine long. And again, just to reiterate, not to worry if this isn't working for you today or if you have to use the chair for a little help. Over time, you'll get stronger and it will get easier. Okay, one last thing I want you to check in with here as you rise and sit is if there's any compensation happening in your body. And what I mean by that specifically is if one knee or both knees are trying to collapse inward as you get up, okay? So that usually means our hip muscles aren't working, our glutes. So let's keep our hands on the outsides of our knees for an experiment and just gently press your knees into your hands the whole time. As you rise, notice if one knee is trying to collapse in, don't let that happen. And then same thing as you sit back down. Ooh, that might make it a little more challenging. You might notice muscles turning on that weren't working before, and that's a good thing to just bring this awareness to your body. Now, if you want to make this a little more challenging, if this is easy peasy for you, what I'd like you to try is putting your feet in a tightrope position. So one foot, maybe your left foot steps behind the right, and your toes graze the heel. All right, this is fun for balance. Still, we're tilting forward and rising up, and then coming back down. So you might need to hold onto the chair for this one, or if not, arms out in front of you, breathing in and breathing out. And if you did that leg, let's do the other side. So the other foot in front, breathing in and breathing out. Okay, and then one last thing to make this a little more challenging, you can try is walking your feet apart, back apart where they were, and going as slow as you can. As you rise, just pause, stay low, and then come up a little higher, pause, a little higher, and then finally all the way up. Take a breath in. Let's do the same thing on the way down. Bend the knees, sit your hips back, pause. Sit a little lower, pause. Maybe a little bit lower. Make sure you're breathing. Make sure your knees aren't collapsing inward. And then we'll sit all the way down on the chair. And guess what? This time, sit all the way back and just kick your legs out in front of you. Give your knee joint some love. And then you can sit up or rest your back in the chair now. Take a big breath in through your nose. Let it go with a sigh. 2 more like that, breathing in, letting it go. 1 more time, breathing in, and a big release out. And then just taking a brief moment of stillness before we move on with our day, to notice how you're feeling and to acknowledge yourself for taking a few minutes out of your day, carving out this time to take care of your body and mind, to work on building strength, increasing your confidence, so you can keep living a healthy, vibrant life through the years. Thank you for joining me today. Namaste. Hi, Mikah here with Yoga with Mikah, and I am so happy you joined me today. If you're ready to get started doing yoga at home, I have just the thing for you that'll make it super easy to get started, and it's free. It's called the Yoga at Home Toolkit. It includes a downloadable guide to 10 yoga poses for better health, so you can print it out and put it right by your mat, use it for practice. And it also includes a daily yoga log, so you can keep track of your home practice and record how you're feeling each day, record things you're learning, progress you notice. It's important to track our progress as we go along because it's going to help you stay motivated to keep going. So just head on over to youryogatoolkit.com, or the link is down in the description. Sign up, it's free, and I'll send you your yoga toolkit right away so you can start experiencing the many benefits of yoga in your life today. Thank you so much again for joining me today, and I will see you next time.